Hi guys, it's Ben Heath from Lead Guru, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to find guest post opportunities for SEO. Now, before I get into that, if you could quickly smash the like button on this video, that would be very much appreciated and really help me out. Okay, so guest post opportunities for SEO. Why do you want them in the first place? Well, it's a well-established SEO technique to write guest posts for other websites, other blogs, in exchange for being able to include a link back to your own website referred to as a backlink, and that helps. That's basically a ranking factor. So the more backlinks you have back to your website, it's an indication to Google and other search engines that your site is quality, high quality content, it's valuable, it's being linked to from other sites, therefore you should move higher up the organic search rankings and generate more organic traffic as a result. So it's one of the most effective techniques, SEO techniques, when it comes to generating more organic traffic, is building backlinks back to your website. Now, there are various techniques that you can use to build backlinks. One of the most popular, the most effective, is writing guest posts. And the reason why writing guest posts work is because it really benefits both parties. It's very much a win-win. There are many blogs, websites that are constantly looking for new content. And if you can provide them with high quality content that they don't need to write themselves, that they don't need to pay to have someone else write for them, and they just get it for free, that's going to benefit their readers, that's absolutely fantastic. And then of course you get the benefit because you can include a backlink to your own website. And as I said, that's a ranking factor in Google. You're going to move higher up the rankings and get more organic traffic. So how do you go about finding then guest post opportunities in your industry? There are lots of different techniques. Some I really don't like and some I'm much more in favor of that I've had success with. So I'll talk about the ones that I've really found a lot of success with in a second. But firstly, what a lot of people will do, what a lot of SEOs will do when they're looking to generate backlinks is they will basically spam every website, blog in their industry that they can find and be like, please, can we publish something, a guest post on your website? Can we publish a guest post on your website? That is not something I'd recommend. That is incredibly time consuming, very ineffective, and really, to be honest, quite soul destroying, because I've tried these methods. You could just send out tons of stuff, don't hear anything back. It's really very painful and not by any means the most effective way to go about finding guest post opportunities. What I would recommend is that you look for, and I'm going to show you how in a minute, you look for the blogs, the websites in your niche, in your industry that are actively looking for guest posts, okay? If they're actively looking for guest posts, and I can basically guarantee there will be some in your industry, that there are in almost all industries, some more than others obviously, but they're definitely there to be found. But these people have a big advantages. A, when you apply to write a guest post for them or get in touch to write a guest post for them, there's a very high likelihood that they're going to respond either way. You're not just going to be left hanging because they're set up for it. B, they're far more likely to actually accept your application and to publish your guest post on their website because that's what, they're geared up for it. They've put systems in place to be structured that way as a blog. And also thirdly, or C, the websites and blogs that accept guest posts and regularly publish them on their site are usually ones that have quite a high domain authority. So they're established, they're big sites, been around for a while. And backlinks from sites with higher domain authority is much more valuable to you as someone who's trying to move your site higher up the organic search rankings than a site that's perhaps new, doesn't have the same domain authority. Google weights the domain authority of the site being linked back from heavily. So if that's one of the massive sites in your industry and you get a backlink from them, that's going to carry much more weight, have a lot more SEO juice in a sense than, as I said, a smaller site, okay? And as I said, the websites and blogs that are geared up to accept guest posts are usually the ones that are in those sorts of positions anyway, because they have the resources to deal with it and all that sort of stuff, okay? So, if you shouldn't just be spamming anyone, you should just be looking for the websites, the blogs that already accept guest posts, which is what I recommend. How do you go about doing that? Well, I've just propped up a quick example and I'm going to run through a couple of these now. So I obviously operate in the digital marketing space. My business, Lead Guru, offers Facebook advertising services, SEO services, etc., etc. So I could come in and I could search for something like digital marketing and then up here, write for us, okay? Now, what that's going to do, hopefully, is bring up some Write for Us pages on digital marketing related websites where you can literally apply to become a contributor. So really, really important. So let's just take a look at the results down here. So perfect. Look at this as an example. The top one, right for us, smarterdigitalmarketing.co.uk. At Smarter, we are always looking out for guest contributors to share their marketing and SEO expertise and knowledge with our wider community and blog. That seems like a perfect example. We've got another one here. That looks more like a how-to. Right for us, Chatterburs. Then consider writing our Right for Us marketing tech news, Right for Us SEO content, digital marketing. Look at all these examples. Now, in the digital marketing space, this is a slightly more established practice, so there's just going to be pages and pages and pages of this sort of stuff. In your industry, there may be less, but there almost certainly going to be some. So you could have, Right for Us, you could have, digital marketing, contribute. There are various sort of things you can potentially search for. You could write, not contribute, but contribute guest post, these sorts of things. And go through the options and find ones that are specific to your industry. Now, digital marketing, you may need to play about with the word that you select up here. So if I go back to Right for Us as an example, you may need to have a play around with digital marketing. So let's say digital marketing I thought was too broad. So maybe I wanted to go with something like Facebook advertising, something that we write on quite a lot. And then I scroll down, Right for Us guest post, Facebook ad agency. So I found an option there. So maybe I go with something a bit more specific, or likewise, you might start with too specific a term here. So perhaps, I can see that Facebook advertising, look, in that second one there, has come up with a good viable option, but perhaps you search for something and there's just no options that come up, right? There's nothing that's applicable. It's all things like this, 9 tips to write the best Facebook ads ever. Well, that's obviously not what I'm looking for. I've got here how to write Facebook ads that sell, how to write Facebook ad. So there aren't going to be many for something as specific as Facebook advertising. And if you don't see any, we'll then just open up the search term that you used before the Right for Us. Okay? Very, very simple technique. So that's one way to do it, looking at it from almost like a keyword sense within your industry. Another option is to search for the best and biggest blogs in your space. And I've just jumped over to a new tab to show you exactly how this works. And then see if they have Right for Us pages. Okay? So for example, again, another search term that I could use is social media marketing. And I've just put in blog. And now what you're likely to find when you do that sort of thing is not only do you find some of the biggest blogs, like Buffer, for example, but they also, there are sort of listicles, they're people who have put together lists of blogs, the top blogs in your industry. So here we go, 29 of the best social media marketing blogs in 2019. So I could click into this and I will be able to see, when it loads, a whole load of digital marketing related blogs. And I could go through and I could make a note of each one of these. And I'm getting some sort of pop-up. I can make a note of each one of these and then I could go and specifically check out those websites and see if they had, Right for Us pages or set up to do guest contributions. And you can see that whenever you put in something like this, there's just going to be tons and tons and tons. So here's an example, right? So Social Media Today is a website that I've actually contributed for personally. I've written 3 articles for them, I think. Me and my team have. So I could come into here as an example and I could be like, right, if they've got a Right for Us page, if they've got a contribute page, it will often be in the footer, something like this. Nothing I can see there, maybe. Okay, perfect. Look, they've got this right up here. Hopefully you can see this. I'm not blocking too much in the corner, but they've got a Right for Us section and you can see they've got a contributor program. Okay, so I could then go through, make sure I meet the requirements, work out if it's right for me, click on the apply button, and then there's going to be a series of steps that you have to go through in order to prove that you can write at high enough quality, etc., etc. Whatever their requirements are, you're basically going to have to meet them. They're usually not too onerous. So that's another way to do it. So we've got the first way, which is very much sort of industry-related terms and Right for Us. Then you can search for blogs separately and do a deep dive. And then the third way is to specifically identify. So let's say, for example, we go back to this section here and we get a list of, 30, 40 blogs in our industry that we'd love to contribute a guest post for. Well, then you come over to another tab and you could search for the name of that website and then contribute or Right for Us or something very specific to that website, because that is sometimes an easier way to find the Right for Us page, contribute page, etc. So Social Media Examiner is one of the biggest blogs, biggest websites in the social media marketing space. It's one that I've been fortunate enough to write, I think, 6 guest posts for, 5 or 6, something along those lines. And those backlinks definitely confer a lot of benefit to my own website. But you can see by putting in the specific name of one and contribute, I've got this here, want to write for Social Media Examiner. So if I click on that, that is going to take me straight to their contribute their Write For Us page. So you can go through all the details, exactly what we're looking for, etc., etc. And then you need to add in, how to apply, and they've got details, name, email, company website, etc., LinkedIn profile, and send off the details. Now, what most websites like this, and if you go back to Social Media Today, if I click apply to become a community contributor, there'll be all sorts of questions they ask, how many they name, want, etc. And here we go. This is what I wanted to demonstrate. Most websites that want guest posts, they obviously only want to publish high quality content, because if they're publishing low quality content to their readers, that's going to really negatively affect their blog, their website's not something they're interested in. So they're going to want to see writing samples. So here you've got Social Media Today, you've got writing sample 1, 2, and 3. So before you apply, because you probably only get one chance to apply, right? So before you go and apply to write guest posts for some of the bigger players in your industry, like for example with me, Social Media Today, Social Media Examiner, make sure you have some high quality content published elsewhere. Now, one of the obvious examples of that is your own website. So just make sure you've got some high quality content before you start writing guest posts published on your own website, and then perhaps work your way up. Okay, so to demonstrate that you can produce high quality guest post content, don't go for the Social Media Examiners, the Social Media Todays, day one. Perhaps get accepted to contribute to some smaller websites that are more likely to accept you, write some great quality stuff for there, and then you can use those writing samples in these URLs that you submit to the applications for these larger websites that accept guest posts. But doing this as a method is very, very quick and easy. I mean, I think once I'd worked this out and gone through various strategies, I produced a list of about 30 different options in my industry and just worked my way through them. And it was, it probably took me less than an hour to come up with 30 options I'd be very happy to write for, and knew that would keep me busy for ages. And that's all it required. That's as easy as that to find guest post opportunities for SEO. Don't just go ahead and spam everyone in your industry. That's just brutal. Yes, it can work, but the time to reward ratio is just not there. Much better to find the people that are already set up for this. As I said, those are likely to be some of the biggest players in your industry anyway, and that's exactly who you want to write guest posts for and get backlinks from. So that's what I'd recommend. Okay, hopefully it's been useful. Before you go, just want to quickly talk about our SEO services. So my company, Lead Guru, is a digital marketing agency. We offer SEO services, and if you're trying to get your blog, your website to rank higher in Google and other search engines and get more organic traffic, that is something that we can do for you. Okay, so if you're interested in our SEO services, having us take this off your hand and get you better results because you'll be working with a professional company, then what you can do is you can click on the link in the video description below. That'll take you to a page on my website where you can request a free SEO report. And basically you'll have to enter in your website, URL, some contact information. We will then contact you to discuss what it is that you are looking to achieve. And then we'll put together an SEO report for you that's going to have recommendations on things that we think can be improved to help you move higher up the rankings and get more organic traffic. No obligation, of course, once we produce a report to use our services, but that is the first stage. We can obviously let you then know how much we would charge, etc., etc. And just out of interest, to give you an idea, our SEO services start at just £350 per month, roughly $430 for those of you not in the UK. So very, very affordable, very, very competitive pricing, and the long-term ROI on services, SEO services that are priced at that point is very, very positive. So so if you're interested in working with us, go ahead and request the free SEO report. We'll be in touch and we'll go from there. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. That'd be much appreciated. Please share the video, tell a friend, spread the word, whatever you can do to help us get more eyeballs on our content. Really, really is much appreciated. Really helps me out. If you've got any questions or if you enjoyed this video, comment below to let me know. That's always very helpful. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm releasing SEO related and Facebook advertising related content multiple times per week. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you subscribe, make sure you turn on notifications when you do. And I'll keep producing free content for you guys, and hopefully you can use that to get better results with your digital marketing efforts. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.